Hi Ronnie, welcome back to the show.
Thanks,
Ronnie
Brian.
Duignan from Late Nite Radio.
Thank you very much, Brian.
On today's show, we're going to talk about, I want to pick your brains on a first dance live versus on a CD. Right?
Go.
And where I'll come from it here is, some bands are really open to learning songs. Some bands, depending on, one thing or another, won't learn first dances. I've heard about that, which is a bit surprising, but it's out there. So your only other option then is a CD. So what's your take on that? When should you go for a CD? Should you ever do it? Go.
I'll give you two views. One from a band point of view, from my own band, or from myself, and then the other one is probably from couples, we'll say, right? If from my point of view, it's a major selling point of our band is that we play them live every time, every night, where possible at all. Because the way I look at it is, you've got 4 professional musicians on stage. They're costing you good money. You're getting, top class players, and to have them standing around the stage while an MP3 is playing or a CD is playing is sacrilege to me.
Yeah, madness.
It makes me feel uncomfortable as a musician on stage to not be playing it.
Yeah.
And the same with the rest of the lads in the band. We love learning songs. It's great. And we can do it very, very well and very quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it, it's just a fact.
Yeah. Well, Donnacha has a great range vocally.
When you've got, I'm not just being funny, but when you have someone like Donnacha who's got that massive range, can sing anything.
Yeah.
And as you said, we did that Lady Gaga tune, predominantly would be a female vocal, and he does it, nails it.
I have Marie in the band just to try and cover what Donnacha can do between me and Marie and Mick.
Yeah, right. And so, from our point of view, it's learn it and play it.
Yeah.
And even we are hit with songs that we'll never play again. Just play once for that particular thing, and so what? Just get on it and love it. That's it. That's what we do, and we're on good. I just think it's a poor reflection of a band if all you want to do is hit play on tape for a first dance. From a couple's point of view, because there are occasions where we have had to play an MP3, and in those occasions then generally it is that the couple just want that particular version, that's the version they want, or they've picked a song that is, say, a classically based one with an orchestra, and we can't replicate it in that style. We can do a take on it, but they want that original style. And that's the occasions when it's MP3 for us.
A version might spark off some memories or something.
Exactly. It could be a special song because of that. We've done first dances ranging from Willie McBride, what do you call it, Green Fields of France, to you name it. We've kind of covered them all. Like some of them were the choirish ones ever, but and generally they're good songs, and we do ballads and stuff well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you have a singer who's not too unlike Bryan Adams vocally.
Yeah.
It's a great start.
Yeah.
From
a crowd's perspective, does it make much difference if the band play the first dance live or CD? Are they just looking at the couple taking pictures and it makes no odds? Extra work on the band for no reason?
No, definitely not extra work. Look, I love when I'm standing on the stage and we're playing a first dance, because it is the one time in the night when, the main focus of attention is on the couple, but audio wise, it's the one point of the night where people are listening to you playing, properly listening.
True, yeah.
So you get that little tingle up your arm, you know what I mean? That goosebump moment when people look up at you and you hit the big note, or you hit the big chorus near the end, or whatever it is, and you see people just leave their eyes on the dance floor and they look up at you and they're like giving you that look that says that's.
And then the other point of it is, I suppose, your concentration level is probably the highest, because when we're doing a lot of weddings, there's a certain autopilot mode, as in if you're doing a song, the words, or
if you're used to playing it all the time,
but whereas the first dance, if you haven't done it before, you know what I mean, if you learn it, you're kind of so there's that edge to it too.
For sure. And then, look, it's more effort because, people say,
it's not easy to yeah, and I suppose we should put that out there for a couple when you're asking the band. It's not just this case of learn the song. You're not like a karaoke machine.
No.
Like there's a good bit of work that goes into.
There is. I mean,
you
like
know.
when you think about, people sometimes have an impression that you pay a wedding band for 2 hours work or 2.5 hours.
Great money for
work.
2 hours.
Unbelievable, like, you know. But I mean, you know, you're after spending years getting your craft right. But even for that particular wedding, we'll say, if you have to learn the first dance, you have to get 4 lads out of the house on an evening on a Wednesday into a place that maybe you have to pay rent on.
Yeah.
You know, to
No heat.
rehearse a speech. Yeah, no heat. And they're going to rehearse there for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Now, hopefully, well, yeah.
There's other songs
generally,
and
you
there's other things
tie
we're
a
doing.
few in together. Yeah.
But that's time that you don't get directly paid for. You know what I mean? It's paid for later on the weekend or whatever. But there's that going on in the background, you know. And then sometimes we've done a couple where a friend of the brides or a friend of the grooms is going to sing the song. And we'll have to arrange to meet up with them and rehearse with them.
Yeah.
And number one is to make sure that they're as comfortable and as happy as can be, because it's such a daunting thing to go in and play with 4 strangers.
We had a similar case a few months ago, but we couldn't, because of one thing or another, we couldn't meet the girl. So what we did, she couldn't make it to our rehearsal. So we videoed it and sent her the recording of it. Marie sang it. Yeah. Because it was in the same key as this other girl. We just sent that to her, so at least she had a feel then.
Brilliant.
You know.
Winner.
But it is, there's a lot of effort involved.
There is, yeah.
But like you said, it is nice. It's a lot nicer to play the first dance than
big time.
Than hit the CD. Now, I'd steer people, like you said, to a CD. On the 2 cases, if it means a lot to them, you know what I mean, and that particular version, or if it's fairly last minute. Like I've had some couples that haven't decided the first dance and we're setting up.
Wow.
You know, like now it's rare, but like I've had that.
Okay.
You know, so then they turn around and go, "Can you do Celine Dion?" You know, and you're like, "Oh, I might play the CD for that." You
good
know?
on you. Wow. We've had lastminute.com where we're choosing between 2 songs. Yeah. So we learned both songs.
Okay.
And there were 2 songs we would never ever play ever again. Yeah. But the bride just wasn't sure which of them to pick. Yeah. And then she said she decided it on the day, or get as close as possible. Yeah. And we were like, clock's ticking, so we'll learn the 2 songs, which we did. And then what we ended up doing was...
None of them.
No. No.
She went with a CD.
She went with a different one in the end. The spoon player that we all love. No, what happened was then is... it worked out great anyway, because we did the song she'd chosen of the 2 for the first dance. And then when we did the slow set later on, we did the second one.
Perfect.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
Well, you probably get it too. You have to learn the odd father-daughter dance.
Yep, we do, And there's one that in particular comes up more often than others, but there's one we love playing. It's a Paul Simon, Father and Daughter. Do you know that song?
No, that hasn't come up for us.
It's just magical. It's class. I have 4 daughters at home, and hopefully if one of them does decide to get married, we're dancing to that song.
You've already said...
I've told her.
So she's going to be saying to the band,
9.
"Oh, Dad told me you have to learn this song."
I said, that's it. End of story. You know, don't listen to what your mother says. I'm joking. But amazed. No. I loved her first.
That's the big one. Yeah, that's the big one. And then, we get what's that one? Your Wedding Day, Jimmy Buckley. Oh yeah, for the if the
wall set,
if they like waltzing. Yeah.
Good song too.
And that's a nice song, because I think for that one, the floor can be full around the father and daughter, where the other one, I Loved Her First, is more
father and daughter.
Yeah, on their own in the middle of the floor kind of thing.
Yeah. Or sometimes we'll start, if there's a waltz set going to be in the first half, which we tend to do in anyway, and there's a father-daughter dance, we might, just before the waltz set, so you know at the end, for the first block of songs that are lively at the start, we'll stop, do the father-daughter dance, and then do the waltzes, so that they can continue to join in.
That leads me into the next question. When you're doing the first dance live, what's your thoughts on a second song, like a slow song for the bridal party or a father-daughter dance?
No.
Yeah, that's the camp.
Straight up and honest, no. Yeah. Kills it.
It does. Well, you do the circle, do you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do a circle of everyone around them. First dance, and then bang into lively.
Yeah.
Because it has happened where they've asked for a second dance.
And
for
they
the
start
bridal party.
drifting away
They're
from
gone,
the
they're
floor.
starting to walk away, and then it's so much more difficult to get them back onto the floor once they've sat down again.
Yeah.
So
Whereas if you kick it off straight away, there's people dancing that won't dance for a half an hour other than
that's
that.
it.
They find themselves on the floor.
They're
They don't
there
even
anyway.
mean to be there. They're
No.
just dancing.
I'm on the floor. Hey.
Yeah, and it breaks the ice.
There you go.
Yeah, and then, well, what we generally do is near the end of the first dance, we'll call in the rest of the bridal party.
Yeah,
You know,
same
if-
as
yeah.
most people want that.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't want to be standing there
No,
alone.
and the bridal party just want 30 seconds at the
That's
end
it.
as well. For
Yeah.
So that's it. So first dance versus CD. Most bands should be okay with learning it. Are we going to say that?
I would say
Go
so.
out on a limb. Yeah.
I would say so.
And I think the main factor is just to give them as much notice as possible.
Yeah.
You know, I think, do most bands meet maybe once a month, a minimum to rehearse?
Yeah.
I'd say they would.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you know your first, well, I'd say as soon as you know. Some people know 2 years out.
They do.
What
yeah.
their first dance is going to be.
Yeah. They might even test the water as part of the inquiry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you do this song?
Yeah.
Or are you open to learning?
Listen, just before we go any further, this is a song we're thinking about for first dance. Can you play this live?
Yeah.
And
We're going to
that's a
say
winner.
yeah anyway to get the gig.
Well, I wouldn't. If I didn't learn it, I wouldn't. But I know what you mean.
I know, yeah, but you get the odd one that knows, but just give as much notice as possible.
Yeah,
and if you give 1 or 2
particularly-
months,
A month is for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not, as I said before. It's not that it's going to take a month to learn the song.
no.
But-
But you might only meet the lads if it's a busy month.
If you have a busy month,
Yeah.
it can be tricky. But like we had first dance last week, and it was kind of a last minute one, and we couldn't meet up. We didn't. One of the lads had a baby in the
Yeah,
recent there. Donald had a baby there, and baby girl. Well, he didn't, because that's
Yeah.
just not possible yet due
No.
to science and stuff. But
Close,
his wife did, and so we couldn't meet up. So Donnacha then recorded himself singing it on GarageBand in
Yeah.
the iPhone, sent it off to us.
yeah,
Bang, we all learned off that.
yeah. It's easy. We're doing a bit of that too, where Keith, the guitar player, will record a bit, send it to me. I'll sing on it, send it back. Everyone knows the key, the general arrangement, that kind of thing. It's handy enough to learn first dances these days.
Generally speaking, and if it's a really tricky song, we'll just meet up.
Yeah,
know.
Yeah. So to recap, Ronnie, your first dance song, we're saying live is always better than CD, unless it's a particular version you want.
Yeah,
Your band should learn it for you.
true. And now to throw a spanner.
If you give them enough notice.
Throw a spanner in the works.
Okay.
If, for example, what can happen is, say you have, and I could be going out on a limb a little bit here,
yeah.
if you have a predominantly country style band
Yeah.
that you've booked for your wedding,
Okay.
because you want jives and you want country all night,
Yeah.
but you've decided, which I've seen, that your first dance is Codeline the One, or something that's definitely not country.
Yeah.
It may not suit.
The singer.
We might delete
Or the
this.
band. No, it's all gone.
But you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and when you hear certain bands,
So you're saying country bands are terrible for weddings?
No, I'm not at all. Yeah, brat. What I'm saying is that the song mightn't suit the genre of the band that
But
you
that probably goes for any band. If you get
a rock band.
a
even,
rock band, and then ask them to do a country song,
song, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you'll see bands who are predominantly rock bands doing country music as part of it, and you might go, I just don't believe that.
They do the rock style country music.
And we
rather
could all
than-
be guilty of that too, you know what I mean? Because, how are you going to get, it's rare you would get a band who sound naturally in the genre of every single thing. It's, it's a tricky one. But that's why I think bands tend to pick songs that play on their strengths. And then that translates to the floor and to the people in the room because they pick up on that. You know? You look comfortable playing it and you look happy playing it.
Yeah.
So therefore, it sounds and looks good.
Yeah.
I think,
Okay, Ronnie, thanks for coming in again. And to recap, we're just saying first dance is generally better than a CD, and your band shouldn't have a problem learning it if you give them enough notice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's it. Thanks
Great.
for coming in. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Love you.
Love you too, Ronnie.